and welcome everyone to the season 2 of the Join John series. I'm John Vincent, co-founder of nicheBrains and the host for this session. Just a quick brief about nicheBrains. nicheBrains is a modern consulting platform that helps MSMEs to assess, access, and accelerate their growth and transformation by connecting them to curated industry experts. On the other hand, nicheBrains also provides unlimited range of consistent business opportunities for freelance industry experts who are looking to realize their full potential. So in this session, I have a very distinguished guest, Mr. Raman Manavalan, founder and CEO of Virtual Research and Consultancy, VRC. Raman holds a master's degree in textile engineering and management from NIT Jalandhar, where he has gained comprehensive understanding of engineering and management aspects of textile and business sustainability. So he's a dedicated and passionate sustainability professional. He's based out of Tirupur in India with a strong commitment to creating a greener and more sustainable factories of the future. Raman has been actively involved in various initiatives and projects aimed at promoting sustainability practices in that region. With a decade of experience in the field, Raman has established himself as a key figure in sustainability efforts in Tirupur area. So he has also worked with both government and non-governmental organizations, collaborating with various stakeholders to drive positive change. So absolutely wonderful to have you with us today, Raman.
It's my pleasure.
So Raman, today, we're talking about a very interesting topic, that is sustainability in digital era. But just before we go in, right? See, we talk quite a lot about this digital transformation because, that's probably the buzzword today in MSME era. But how important is sustainability? And before you go into that, if you can also explain what are we talking about sustainability for a manufacturing industry? What is this buzzword?
Great. So it's a great privilege for me, Mr. John, to be part in Join with John session and to meet your followers today. In fact, as you rightly said, it's sustainability is a buzzword across the industry. Slowly, it's getting momentum in MSME segment. So when we at the moment, as we both discussed a couple of days back, how digital transformation is very much essential for sustainability. That is also a very important thing which we should understand before going deep into the subject of sustainability. In sustainability, we always used to say measure, monitor, and improve, and then sustain. Okay. So in order to go for improvement, we need to measure and monitor with the help of IoT and digital transformation. Nowadays, these, whatever we are talking about, resource efficiency, resource conservation, and data capturing, and everything can be made so easy, super easy, that also the digital transformation also brings a lot of transparency, accountability, and scalability for sustainability initiatives.
Right.
So having said that, sustainability is nothing new for Indians, basically, because we care for 5 elements of nature, right? We care a lot for nature, basically. And what we do in sustainability is to ensure we are responsible for its sustenance. That's it. Right. I think you remember the advertisement, for cola thing, "A dil mange more." So it's a very popular slogan. Once it was considered as a slogan of consumerism. Okay, I would say when we talk about sustainability, "Mera dil mange more," "Ye dil mange more," because we want more with less resources.
Right.
So that is the thing. So just to set the context very, in a
very
easy way. Yeah. And if you look at manufacturing, yes, things are getting slowly picking up. And also, when being a manufacturer, we cannot compromise on certain aspects like social accountability, and then resource efficiency, and even positioning ourselves as a responsible manufacturer. That is very important these days. In a simple way, we consume a lot of resources such as energy, material, water to manufacture a product. Okay, and our job is to ensure that these resources are being used effectively. That is the thing. And apart from these things, we also have a lot of stakeholders such as workforce, suppliers, community, and how we are ensuring the due diligence as well as best practices for the benefit of stakeholders. That is also matters when it comes to sustainability. Yeah.
Right. Wonderful. So, Raman, I'm just a little bit going a step further, right? So we talked about you focus primarily on sustainability, talking about say economic, social, and considerations that businesses have to take care of. Obviously, protecting nature as well. But why is it really important? And why is if I have to put it a little one step further, why is it important for business enterprises today?
Good. See, nowadays, quality is guaranteed. Okay. Price is more of a open costing. Wherever you go, in our textile business, the costing it's became open costing. So for any enterprise, in order to position themselves so unique and different from their peers, it's very essential to position them at the very competitive edge. So that's where the sustainability comes into place. So that will differentiate you from your peers. That is the catch here, John.
Right.
Yeah. And also, if you look at sustainability, we used to say sustainability is a shared responsibility. It is not just a vision of an MD or a business owner. So it requires both parties. I mean, all stakeholders involvement. It's like a top active participation across the organization is required when we start implementing the initiatives. That's what it matters a lot, John.
Right. So any specific MSMEs need to take care, because I know that MSME is primarily constituent of the majority of businesses, right? So it's like almost like 97%. I think we discussed this some time back, though. Majority of the businesses are MSMEs. So is there some specific factors that they need to take care?
True. See, it's quite interesting to see that in India we have MSMEs almost accountable for to the tune of 20% of our country's GDP, and naturally, without including the MSMEs, we never be able to visualize what as a nation we wanted to achieve. That's very important. So when we talk about sustainability, it is all about inclusive and also ensuring the sustained growth of these enterprises. That's very important. See, so it's also parallelly important for MSME because a lot of things are happening. See, if you look at the rate at which the climate change is happening, it is really creating a lot of harmful effects in the entire supply chain. So we are getting a lot of difficulties in the raw material supply, and also logistics issue, and unexpected change in weather patterns are also happening, which also affects the SMEs businesses basically. And there is an interesting concept we used to discuss. Every year there is a day called Earth Overshoot Day. So what is this Earth Overshoot Day? See, when it is let us consider in 1970 when the concept have started evolving. At the time they figured out that Earth can regenerate itself to meet to nurture itself basically. So when we start using these resources, it is like we consume more than the regenerative capacity of the earth. So in 1970, the Earth Overshoot Day was celebrated in the month of December. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, now in 2023, the Earth Overshoot Day have become in the month of August. It means, we are consuming more than the capacity of the Earth to get regenerated. Okay.
Right.
And for businesses, being responsible is very much important. It is not as in generally people used to say, okay, we can do greenwash. I can just pretend that I am doing something for the mother nature, or I can pretend that I can do something good for the community or the stakeholders. It doesn't work in that way, because as I told you earlier, it is a game change initiative. Also, it creates opportunity for you to get recognized. So naturally, the moment you start work on sustainability, it also brings you a lot of business, um, business into your fold. That's true, which we have also been witnessing. If you look at the MSMEs, we talk a lot in terms of resource efficiency. Okay, the moment we start addressing the resource conservation, let's say energy consumption, energy efficiency, or water conservation, or material conservation, or even logistics emission reduction. All these initiatives have a direct impact on their operational cost. The moment I cut down my electricity bill, okay, nowadays, we are incurring about to the tune of 9 to 11 rupees electricity costs. Okay. And if you look at water, cities like Bangalore and other places, we are really facing a lot of scarcity for water. And, the moment we start addressing those challenges, naturally, we will also cut down our cost. And, naturally that lead us to improve our bottom line. That is the thing. So when people look at other initiatives, which is capital intensive, even in sustainability, also a lot of capex planning has to be done, a lot of investment has to be done, a lot of training has to be done, a lot of awareness has to be brought in, a lot of systems has to be implemented, and new technology and adoption of innovative measures has to be taken care. And if you look at the returns, which is what we have also been looking at, which is not more than 18 months. Whatever we invest on sustainability, which can be returned back within, it's to me, it is like a low-hanging opportunity. Leave the capital investments such as rooftop solar and windmills and all those. And rest of the investment, most of the investments are with a very little or less payback period. And also, as I have told you earlier, the vulnerable stakeholder in the entire manufacturing sector is MSME, because we have challenges across all spectrum.
Right.
You take raw material, yes, we have challenge. You take labor, yes, we have challenge.
Right.
You take anything, even financing, yes, we have a challenge. In this scenario, being relevant, being competitive, and being relevant is very much essential, very much important. So to achieve that, sustainability initiatives will help the companies to be relevant and also competitive. Competitive in terms of price, relevant in terms of engagement with your buyers, basically. And also, apart from all these things, it also positions you as a responsible business leader. That is also very much essential these days.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, since we've been, talking towards businesses, so now, I also have quite a lot of experts, in our community, and there are actually quite a lot of experts who have joined this session too. As an expert, how is it important for me, when I look at it, to identify there is a need for, I'm working with, say, quite a lot of MSMEs. So how is it important for me to identify that, sustainability is needed for this organization? How, as an expert, can I, if I have to say, impart the importance of sustainability to the organizations? Because, we've been working with quite a lot of, MSMEs, but then I'm not sure, how I should reach out to them, how I should identify some of the areas of sustainability. So how can I basically, create that importance to the MSMEs, that sustainability has to be part of, your core thing? How do I basically identify that?
Great, great, super. So since we have as a platform, nicheBrains has a lot of resources, like subject matter experts on board. It is like as I told you, it's a shared responsibility.
Right.
To me, what nicheBrains has conceived the idea of demand aggregation. It's quite common in across many domains where the raw material has been demand aggregated.
Right.
That has been experimented well, but the service has not yet aggregated, but nicheBrains has done that job wonderfully. Similarly, if I am a consultant, I go to my client. I need not to be an expert on sustainability. Okay,
Right.
I am an ERP guy, or I am a financial expert. So
Right.
I am a systems expert. I am delivering solutions to my client. In that case, all we have to look at is primarily we have to look at their resource cost. Okay, there are a lot of benchmarks are available. Lot of benchmarks are available. So
Yeah.
all we have to do is, comparing those numbers and giving insights to the clients that you are way below than the benchmark in terms of resource efficiency. Because irrespective of product what you manufacture, your client consume electricity, your client consume water, your client consume packing material, your client consume all other sources, and at the end of the day, your client used to have their own code of conducts and compliance and all other activities. So it's like a moral obligation for any resource consultants to give some light for the manufacturers to think about sustainability, because most of the time the people, we often tend to commit ourselves with the domain what we have been very good at with the client.
Right.
that is the one what do you say kind of thing which we also witnessing across the industry. But if we could break that and start advocating for sustainability, and recommending the clients to look at their carbon footprint, look at their water stewardship, look at their energy stewardship, and naturally it is a value creation for the client, which is value addition by you to the clients. That is the thing, sir. Yeah.
Right. And is there also some quick, I'm sure, you're from the sustainability, you're a sustainability expert, I'm sure that the other experts are only focused towards their core domain skills. Do you also have some quick kind of, an assessment check sheet kind of thing, which can be provided to the experts to, who are thinking that, I want to, create an impact. Is that something that, you can provide as well, Raman? I just want to understand,
Sure. Certainly. See, we have a three-step approach with to kickstart with any client for that matter.
Right.
We have a simple checklist where we always try to understand the kind of a business our clients are into, and we try to capture the basic data so that we try to give them the preliminary insights, just to kindle their thoughts, to work to make them understand and to work towards sustainability. So certainly we can work with the interest in our team, nicheBrains team, and we can also explore the opportunities together. As I told you earlier, it is a shared responsibility, and also it's a win-win situation. Yes. Yeah.
Right. So, we've little bit understood the importance and all of that, right? So is this again, there's again another myth that sustainability is a, big work. Probably, that's probably in the, at least I'm having it, and some of the MSMEs probably do have it in their mind that, starting up on a sustainability, journey or a process, it's a pretty long-term work. Is there some quick, fast approach to this, or no, it is a, is there something, we can have on both sides of the coin? I'm just trying to find out, Raman.
Yeah, certainly. See, when I work with my clients, most of the time people always used to say there is no quick fix solution for problems.
Right.
But when it comes to sustainability, I look at it a different way, because this is a domain where all we need is a different perspective towards the problem, towards the process. That's it. We have a quick fix solutions. If you are a manufacturer, let's say if you are a manufacturer or exporting some goods, the moment you start understanding about the sustainability concept, we can easily start implementing some of the best practices, which we call as a low-hanging opportunities. Let's say, for example, we have a one campaign we did with one of our textile mill, where as a part of circularity initiative, circular fashion initiative, we have identified they have packing materials which they procure raw material from Africa and America, US, and the packing material used for those raw materials was high density polyethylene, and also the straps, because since it has to travel all the way, logistic has to move all the way from there to here. They also had this steel tapes and brackets and everything. So what we look at the things, we just figured out that this HDPE can be recycled and can be converted into, shredded into pieces and then converted into pellets. And then these chips can be, using a simple extruder, it can be recycled, recovered and recycled as a poly bags. Those poly bags can be used for the internal consumption and transportation. That was a novel idea. To us, it's a very quick fix. Nothing. It's just a quick fix. And similarly, when we talk about work with the clients on sustainability, we always look at waste to profit. There is no such a material is waste. No, for one factory, what we term as a waste, it is a raw material for some other factory. So that is a very open rule we used to pass on across our client base. So we identify waste, and from the waste we try to make some product. That is also a quick fix. And these are all like innovation kind of initiative. If you look at energy conservation, there is a lot of low-hanging opportunities which we can really look into. Let's say, for example, simple measures like focusing on your lighting systems, where you can easily change into LED, and similarly the fan, converting into a BLDC fans, and putting some thermostat controls in your air conditioners, and then adapting some simple best practices in safety and also electrical tweaking with the pumps and motors. And these are all very low-hanging opportunities. So yes, there are quick fix solutions are available when it comes to sustainability best practices. But if you look at sustainability as a whole, it is not a magic. We cannot reverse the climate change. All we can do is mitigate the climate change. That part, that context, yes, there is no quick fix. But to achieve that, the initiatives, what we do, the best practices, what we could adapt as a manufacturers, yes, we have a quick fix solutions. Yeah.
Right. Wonderful. Yeah, but we're talking about, again, some of them are quick fix. Some of them, you told that there can be benefits out of them. But is there some real value that does it really help organizations? Is there some tangible benefits that organizations do get in these kind of sustainability quick fixes or the larger perspective? How do we, is that some numbers?
See, yes, John. See, if you look at the tangible benefits, a very good example would be, let us take energy saving potential. For any manufacturing enterprise, there is a potential of to the tune of 8 to 16% to minimize their energy cost. 8 to 16 doesn't a very sizable percentage, basically. Similarly, if you water savings, see, as a government commits to, when I say government, it's a corporation, basically. Corporations commit to deliver 120 liters of water per day per person. Okay. And we have carried out a lot of water stewardship assessment across the industry by various domains. And on an average, you have to believe the per capita water consumption is somewhere around 180 to 240 liters in industry.
Yeah.
Just to see, look at the way we are. Government commits. When you say commit, need not necessarily to deliver, right? Whereas the industry, we consume twice that of the committed value. It means you have to see the potential over here,
right,
which is on the domestic water consumption. Similarly, if you look at the processed water consumption, very interesting numbers which we also get from a lot of case studies. See, there is a car manufacturer. I don't want to mention the brand.
right.
A famous manufacturing plant in Japan, as well as the same brand's plant in India.
Right.
The quantity of water consumed to produce one car in Japan is about 6,800 liters. Okay, and whereas in India, to manufacture the same variant, the quantity of water is being consumed to the tune of 3,100 to 3,200 liters. Okay, and if you look at the factory operation, there is a still scope to the tune of 23%, 20 to 23% of water saving potential with the same facility. Right. We compare with Japan. We compared it's about 6,800, whereas here it's about 3,200. Of course, it's almost like half of the consumption to manufacture one car. Though it is the best in class, but still there is a scope for water consumption reduction to the tune of 20-23%. And above all, people nowadays started talking about net neutrality. Net neutrality means how can I compensate zero in my extraction of water? How can I harvest my rainwater? How can I recharge my groundwater? Similarly, on the energy side, how can I generate electricity using renewable energy, windmill and solar and all other aspects? So these are all the measurable and also achievable opportunities which sustainability will give it. Yeah. And also, if you look at the material conservation, the moment you focus on material conservation, there is a huge potential to be harvested. Leave the energy and water, all these things are like, in order to be competitive, you have to work on it. In the meantime, if you are a product innovator, if you are into product design and all those things, you have to consider the sustainability concepts while designing your product itself, so that the materiality, that subject can be addressed well. Yeah.
Wonderful. I think there's I just remember this my final thoughts, just to say that Raman, I remember this scene from Three Idiots, in fact, wherein the professor, he asks the definition of a machine, and Ahmed Khan gives a simple answer saying that a machine is something that makes the life of a human easy. And he goes on to give an example, like you put the switch and immediately the fan rotates, right? I see the same here. We were thinking about sustainability as something very huge. It's like an elephant in the room, and you literally, broken down that, and you've given some very small examples like the lights which you are talking about, or using the whatever raw material, or the excess waste which comes out, which can be used for some other industries. So I think there are some small examples of how sustainability can be used for quite a lot of companies. At least I get out that from the sessions, even though there is a larger goal that companies should and can achieve. So I'm sure that the fact is that we businesses actually need to start looking at sustainability as a purpose in their business, not just as a task. Right.
Yes, exactly.
And finally, the way you summed up, the most important thing is we need to keep constantly measuring, monitoring, and improving on our sustainability initiatives.
Yes.
I think that's how that's the takeaway, at least for me here, Raman. So thank you so much, Raman, for today. And with that, I'll just open it up for some audience questions. Any questions from the audience? Please feel free to ask Raman. He'll be able to answer that.
See, what we have discussed today is something like a tip of an iceberg.
Right.
You need not necessarily be an expert on sustainability. Okay.
Right.
If you are a financial expert, you start advocate your clients to explore, for the technology upgradation, or for implementing the resource efficiency projects within the facility. There are a lot of schemes and financial support schemes are available with the banks.
Right.
SIDBI offers green fund. They have a clean fund, and JICA also have a line of credit, and SBI has some schemes. The rest of numerous banks, they have their own clean tech financing schemes are available. And if you are a manufacturer, consider sustainability as a marketing tool for you, but do that marketing with the very fullest passion. Okay.
Right.
And because it's not about convincing your buyer, it is about being relevant and staying ahead of your peers. Use sustainability metrics, sustainability best practices as a story to convince your customers. And if you are a trainer, or if you are a systems implementation, or if you are a consultant or a service provider to help companies to build systems, right, you have to be an evangelist and consider it is our dharmic duty to empower all these MSMEs, because for MSME, when it comes to MSME, there is no one to give them the right direction. I'm happy that nicheBrains is doing really a wonderful job. As I told you earlier, they have literally aggregating all the knowledge capital of this country to deliver good results, to facilitate margadarshik, right, to the MSMEs. And these are all the things which, as a resource people or service providers to the MSMEs, can extend our support. Yes.
Very good afternoon, Mr. Raman.
Yes.
Hi. I have a question that is more cultural than technical. So,
yes,
with reference to climate change, India has been a little taken a back step with reference to signing the requirements which the big countries have done, because they want equal amount of their participation. It says, why are you blaming a small country like ours? On similar lines, this thing is on MSME. So what do you feel, or how does a consultant, respond to an MSME who says, if I do it, is it enough? I'm a small company running out of, half an acre of land, and you make me you're telling me to become net zero, net credit, all those things. And just outside, there is a big company where in the evening they are spewing so much of smoke. So where is the government? Where is the thing? So how does one, as a person who's trying to, inculcate sustainability, address these kind of, something like, I did not wear my seatbelt, but 100 people have not worn seatbelt. You have stopped them first. How do you address these kind of roadblocks?
Great. Sir, I think the question itself has a lot of trickiest factors, sir. Let me also, it's very interesting question. See, you forget about what the negotiations are happening at the, policy level at the between the countries and the nations and the leaders. Okay, because a lot of people, talking about offering and then balancing of trade and all those stuffs. Let us. When it comes to MSME, we have a word called insetting. What is insetting? See, it is something, an opportunity which is available within your campus. See, I have a, it is not I have that statement. I just took an inspiration from Japanese-based company. So profits are within the boundary walls of your factory. For MSME, I always used to tell profits are within the boundary walls of your factory. So what you should focus is addressing and capturing those opportunities. The moment you start capturing those opportunities, and naturally you will start cutting down your cost, and you will start harvesting the benefits. That's it. The simplest example would be, normally the tube lights, okay, which is about 36-40 watts. Okay, the moment someone goes for LED tube lights would be 20 watts, and straight away how much you are saving? 40 minus 20, 20 watts. It's a 50% saving in the electricity consumption of a lighting systems alone. Similarly, if you look at the air conditioners, in most of the MSME, if we have any financial expert, they can also throw some light. They don't consider what you call depreciating these assets. They keep on using the same old 10, 15, 16 years equipments and 16 years, air conditioners and pumps and motors for the operations. There is a sizable amount of energy which is being going as a excess consumption. So for MSME, the insetting is the driving factor to get on board into sustainability. They don't have to look at GRA reporting. They don't have to look at GHG footprints. They don't have to look at RE100 and all those things. All they have to do is you start capturing the low-hanging opportunities. That is enough. That is enough. And then the moment you as an MSME, I always used to be hungry and starving. Okay, let me capture those low-hanging opportunities. Let me consume it. The moment I start, gaining my energy, I can go up and I can harvest all my fruits. So to me, low-hanging opportunities are a key for MSMEs to get on board into sustainability journey.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think to kind of sum it up, sustainability is not for anything else but for simple cash saving. If you put it that way, that should for consultants to talk to the MSMEs. Makes quite sense. Thank you.
Sir, I have a question. May I ask?
Yeah, please.
Yes, Nikhil.
Okay. Yeah. So I have a question regarding the point where you have mentioned that sustainability can be used as a marketing tool by MSMEs. But if we look into B2B scenario, the kind of negotiations which happen with the purchase or procurement department, they are mostly on the parameters like quality, timely delivery, and coming up to the pricing part. So there, I mean, if the client is not willing to pay a premium for my sustainability efforts, how can I actually use it as a marketing tool? I'm talking about B2B scenario. B2C is completely different. So you can just give guidance in this matter.
Yeah, sure. So see, if you are a manufacturer, or let's say, let me give you an excellent example. There is a glass manufacturing plant in Maharashtra. So they started into the sustainability journey 5-6 years back, and they started publishing their initiatives. They started telling the stories and awards and recognitions, all those stuffs, and their social commitment. The glass industry, most of the time, their raw materials comes from a recycled stage, and a lot of hazardous environment used to be there, and they have improvised each and everything. And one point of time, one of the biggest European customer, when they approach, as a through a marketing channel, they got an appointment with the European customer, and that European customer, they chosen this particular glass manufacturing factory, though they are very MSME, than one of the India's leading glass plant, which is having a facility in Chennai. The reason is very simple. For them, everything is same, cost and rest of the compliance and everything is same. I don't want to name that global brand, but the differentiating factor is the sustainability initiative. The amount of energy, the specific energy consumption reduction, the specific water consumption reduction, and the social initiatives, and the beyond the fence initiatives. And these are all the factors made them to close the deal. Comparatively slightly higher the price margin than the counterpart. And second thing, things are changing there is a interesting term called green supply chain. Okay, and when we talk about sustainability, it is not just my factory has to work and towards improvement and towards adapting best practices on sustainability. It is also my responsibility to identify and assist my supply chain to be green. So how can I make my supply chain green? Okay, and there is a lot of discussions happening on green logistics. There's also a lot of discussions happening on having green procurement policies and all those things. Implementing it. The moment earlier we used to have the supplier evaluation form, where you used to give the basic details of your capacity and productivity and all those stuffs, GST and all those stuffs. Now they're also asking your best practices on energy conservation, your best practices on investments towards renewable energy. Have you invested anything, or have you invested on solar? So your best practices on safety, and these factors are also started being captured by the businesses to make their supply chain green. So if you are a supplier to any facility, and this is the right time to work on making yourself as a green supplier. Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
Sir, you did not mention the name, but I guess everybody guessed that big corporate. You said Chennai and you said big corporate. I think all of us are capable of figuring out who that.
Yeah, it's a very close. I mean, it's like our close group of.
Yeah. But on the lighter side, I just thought
the same company, they got an order from the Indian Railway.
Right.
They got the order from Indian Railway because of their green performance. Now you see the Indian Railway is the largest purchasing body when it comes to MSME. And this guy had an advantage over the others because he already implemented a lot of best practices. He got the recognitions and awards and all those stuff, and it's easy for him to be a front runner in that. Yes.
Wonderful. I think sustainability is a probably interesting topic, and I think we can go on and on with this, Raman. So anyway, I think it's probably getting time to close to the session. I'm sure that there's quite a lot of information and interaction that we had today, Raman. So there's quite a lot to reflect. I'm sure that if there could be some more questions the audience has, you could definitely reach out to me, to Raman as well. So
Please.
once again, thank you so much, Raman, for being with us in this session. It was great inputs for us. Great thoughts, especially as a consultant. I feel that there's quite a lot I can take it back and work it out with my SMEs. So once again, thanks a lot, everyone, as well. This is John signing off, and we'll see you on the next episode of Join John with another probably interesting topic and a good speaker as well. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Niche Brains. Democratizing digital transformation.